What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So, it's that time of year again. It is time for the 6th annual 2023 Pro Street group build. So, in this video, I'm going to explain the rules and all that fun stuff and the start and end date. So it starts July 1st. So that's a little bit over a month from now. That's why I'm doing this video now, because I want to give you guys a good heads up. So you got a little bit over a month. So July 1st is the start date, and I'm gonna run it for 6 months this year because there is a lot of group builds going on this year. I mean, if you notice, there is a lot of group builds going on. Some of them are getting started like right away. So I figured I'll run it for 6 months this year. So January 1st till 2024 is the end date. So that is 6 months of this group build I'm going to host it for, because I know some of you guys are into those other group builds, and I know some of you do want to do this group build, but I figured if it ends too soon, then you're not going to get a chance to do it. So 6 months is going through July 1st to January 1st. Okay, so we got plenty of time this year. So that's the start to end date. So let's go through the rules. So you know me, I don't like rules, but I just thought about this last year. These aren't technically rules if you think about it. They're just there to keep you on track. So there's 3 simple rules. First rule, it has to be a Pro Street vehicle. That means it has to be a vehicle that was or is street legal. Now that gets some people kind of mad at me. I don't know why. Some people last year were just kind of like ticked off at me, like saying, "What do you mean was? It's not was. It still is street legal." I say was because in some states here in America, here in say New York City, these cars are banned. They're not legal. So that means it was a street legal vehicle. That means they're not a street legal vehicle anymore. But say like here in upstate New York, or say like Pennsylvania, I believe they're legal. That means they're still legal. So that means it was or is legal. So that's why I put was, because some states, I know some states here in America, they're banned completely. So that means they were street legal. Okay, so it has to be a vehicle that was or is street legal. So that means no pro stock. That means no funny cars, no dragsters. It has to be some sort of, road vehicle that has been turned into a dragster, basically. So second rule, it has to have a tubbed chassis and big fat tires in the back. Okay, I know some people don't do that, and that's not a Pro Street. A Pro Street needs to have a tubbed chassis. So here, for instance, I got 2 builds right here, and I'll show you this one right here. That is a tubbed chassis with big tires on the back, fat tires. Okay, so, and tires, like these, for instance, fat tires and a tubbed chassis. Tires I don't care about. If you want to use slicks, go for it. I'm not gonna be too nitpicky of slicks. You can use slicks, or as you just saw, treaded. So say that you're doing a street legal vehicle still, you obviously want to use treaded tires. If you're doing it was a street legal vehicle, you're just doing a full-on, Pro Street vehicle, they're hauling it onto a trailer, take it to a drag strip for a fun weekend day, then of course put on slicks, because slicks are actually a lot better than treaded tires, because slicks you do get more traction, and that will give you that ultimate kickoff start. So slicks or treaded, I don't really care what you want to do, as long as they're fat tires like these guys. Okay, and a tubbed chassis. So for instance, I have this tubbed chassis 3D printed thing here. So, and I have a Ford link, so I don't care if it's a Ford link or not, as long as it's a tubbed chassis, guys, for these particular wheels or tires. Okay, so that's all I ask for, because I know there's some guys out there that don't do a tubbed chassis. They do like these tires, but they're like half the size, and that's not a Pro Street. Okay, make sure it has a tubbed chassis and fat tires in the back. It's not rocket science. Okay, so those are it for the main rules. The third rule, this is the best rule ever. Just have fun. Okay, this is not a competition. I don't do this group build for a competition. I don't vote which one's the best. I don't do any of that. It's just a group build for for people in the community to have fun doing Pole Street, because I know there's a good number of people out there that don't do Pole Street vehicles all the time. So it's just a fun moment of the community to get together and doing a Pole Street vehicle together as a community, and it's a fun build. So, and I know a lot of you enjoy this build, and that's why we're hosting it again. So that's it. Has to be a vehicle that was or is street legal, and fat tires and a tub chassis. That's it. That's literally the rules. And if you think about it, they're not rules. They're just there to keep you on track, to keep you on track for what you have to do. Make sure you don't roll off to the wrong track. Okay, so let's go ahead and show us some of the examples. So you can of course get ready to roll kits, or ready to run, or whatever you want to call them. There's already Pole Street ready kits. There we go. Out there. AMT makes a few. I know there's some old Revels. I'll put a few on your screen. So if you want to do this group build, but you don't want to put a lot of effort into it, just get a ready to go Pole Street ready kit. It already has a tub chassis, already has the correct tires, and it's basically all set for you. But I know a lot of you that do love doing kit bashing or doing your own scratch built car, and that's fantastic. Let's show some examples. I got 4 examples, just give you a general idea. So say like you want to turn this Plymouth Roadrunner into a Pole Street. Of course, make sure you have a tub chassis. The kit that is really good to steal the chassis from is actually this bad boy right here. This is the Chevelle from AMT. I'll put the picture on your screen. That's actually the best kit to steal the back half of, to replace it with any kind of car you desire. So basically, just get that kit and get any kit you want it to turn into Pole Street. Just cut that back half of that chassis and just rob the tires and wheels that comes with that kit. This kit also comes with slicks or treaded tires, so you can choose with that as well. So that's one good plus about that kit as well. So you get that kit and then choose any kit you want and turn it into a Pole Street. So you want to do this Roadrunner? Of course, do so. Say like you want to do this wagon Nomad? Of course, it's absolutely doable. You can turn it into a Pole Street. Any type of car, you can do so. I'm not nitty picky. You want to do this GSX Buick? Absolutely. There's a bunch of pictures of this out on the internet. Just go nuts, guys. I mean, this Pole Streets are really cool cars. If you want to do a truck, there's Pole Street trucks out there. Trucks are pretty easy, I guess. I think you want to call it easier because basically just cut out the bed and just cut the axle, and then you can have the wheels, the big fat wheels, just poking through the bed, so you don't have to have a tub chassis on the trucks. The trucks are actually a bit easier if you want imagine it. So trucks are definitely doable. So any type of muscle car or any like wagon, truck, whatever you want to do, you can do. Most Pole Streets are old, like older cars, but if you want to do like a modern car, go for it. There's a bunch of modern like Mustangs are turned into a Pole Street. There's a bunch of stuff. So let's show you some stuff that is banned. So like I said, Pole Street, a vehicle that was or is street legal, such as if you do this is a Pole Stock, but it does. Some people say, well, it's a Chevy Camaro. It's still not legal. It was not legal on the road. They call it a Chevy Camaro because they kind of replicate it as a Chevy Camaro, like front end. This is not a street legal vehicle. It's actually like more like a funny car type deal, but they just called it a Chevy because it has a Chevy front end. Kind of like NASCAR. NASCAR has the Chevy Camaro NASCAR, but it's not actually the Camaro. Like the Mustang, Chevy, or the Ford Mustang NASCAR, it's not an actual Mustang. It's just the body. The Toyota Camry, So yeah, basically like this is not legal. So this is not allowed into the group build, even though it does say Chevy Camaro, but it was not a street vehicle. Okay, so that's banned. Any kits that says the Street Burner is also banned because it's not a Pole Street. It just has a little bit fatter wheels in the back, but not a tub chassis. But if you do want to use this kit, this is definitely doable. Just put a tub chassis get this kit again, put a tub chassis on, and boom, you have yourself a pull street. So get rid of the street burner and make it to a pull street. So this kit is banned from stock, but if you want to turn it into a pull street, make sure you have a tub chassis on there with the fat tires, and that kit will be definitely doable. So kind of cuts like that. Gassers, I do always allow gassers. If you want to do a gasser, I do allow gassers, because I know some guys out there that love the gassers. Gassers are allowed. So gassers, the thing with gassers, regard the rule with the tub chassis and fat tires, because gassers do not have that. Gassers have these type of tires with a, you know, more like a generic wheel well. So regard the rule for the tub chassis with fat tires in the back, because gassers don't have that. So if you want to do any gasser, go for it. I do allow gassers in this group build. Okay, so but this group build is majority for Pro Street, but if you want to do a gasser instead, go for it. I'm not too picky, so I always allowed gassers since I believe the third time since I hosted this group build, I allowed them. So, but other than that, guys, that's it. I mean, Pro Street vehicles and gassers, go for it. Definitely Pro Street, because that's the name of the group build. But if you want to do a gasser, go for it. So, kit bash, whatever you want to do. Oh, here's another example. You want to do like a Bel Air Pro Street? Absolutely. This is definitely doable. Just put a tub chassis on there, you're good to go. So, guys, there's so many things you can do with this group build. I mean, there's so many different ways you can do Pro Street. You can take it as many ways as you want it. Now, there's some additional things some people do ask me, is this allowed? Is this allowed? For instance, the engine. If I had a kit bash, do I have to put in a different engine from the kit? The engine, I'm not too nitty picky. So if you want to, so say you want to turn this GSX into a Pro Street, but don't feel like changing the engine, go for it. You can use the stock engine. Yeah, you can use the stock engine. So, or if it has a blower like that, go ahead and put that on there. So, say like your kit only has this kind of engine. If you don't want to upgrade it, you can of course just keep the stock engine. So engine, I'm not too nitty picky. You can keep the stock engine. You don't have to have a blower on it like this bad boy. You know, you don't have to have that. It's just, you know, it's there for extra speed. But let's just say, if you want to do a Pro Street, if you want a fast Pro Street, you better off just putting in the bigger engine. So, but engine, I don't care. You can use a stock. You can use a flathead. All I care. Engine, I don't care. But interior, doesn't have to be a full strip interior. Well, let's just say majority of the Pro Street vehicles are not full stripped interiors. They actually have a full interior because some of them are still street legal, which means you can still have your passenger and go on your daily, you know, grocery shopping in it if you want. So no, you don't have to have a full stripped interior. You can have the passenger seats, like these ones have the passenger seat. You can see right there. You can put carpet in it, flock it. You can do whatever you want. You can do like a normal generic interior. So interior, I don't care. Let's just say most Pro Streets do have at least a half cage, because most of them are required to have a half cage, because you know you're going in a straight line and you're going pretty decent speed, and if you flip over, you know you need that roll cage to kind of protect you. Always you're gonna get crushed. So I do recommend a cage, but if you don't want to put one in there, I'm not going to be too nitpicky about that. But let's just say I'm going to say most of them do have at least a half cage. Not a full wrap-around cage. You know, most Pro Streets don't have a full wrap cage that goes to the back, to the front, you know, to the doors. No, just have a little half cage. You know, they're pretty easy to scratch build. So just one little bar, then you can have some supports going to the back. So that's, you know, roll cage. I kind of do recommend them, but if you don't want to do one, you don't have to. Okay, but if you want to make it more of a Pro Street looking, then yeah, put a half cage in it. Seats. Say that you might want to put some bucket seats in it because you know you want some seats that will actually hug you. So bucket seats are kind of recommended. If you don't want to, you can use the stock seats. Most Pro Streets do have the stock seats, but if you want to put bucket seats in, go for it. That's pretty much about it. And oh yeah, if you want to do a full strip interior, go for it. If you say that you're doing, you know, only a Pro Street, not putting it on the road, then yes, most of those do have full strip interiors because you're doing weight reduction. So you're losing some weight, that gives you some more speed. But interior, you guys can go whatever you want. Some people do say, does it have to have sponsors? Like this one have Grandpa's Toy? No. Most Polo Streets, or majority of the Polo Streets, do not have sponsors. They're just more like a fun weekend, track car. They're not sponsored. They're not like NASCARs. So you do obviously do a clean one like this because they're, say like I own one. Anybody can own a Polo Street. So they're not sponsored. So don't stick them up. If you want to, go for it. There are some Polo Street vehicles that are sponsored, but let's just say majority of them are not sponsored. So just do a clean paint job, or you can do like a rust bucket. Say like a guy took like a barn find, but turned it into Polo Street. Do it that way. You can do whatever you want. You guys, there's so many ways you can do this build. So, but that's it. I think I explained everything. It's pretty simplified. A vehicle that was or is street legal, make sure it has fat tires and a tubbed chassis of some sort. Okay. Let's just say this kit right here is the best kit to steal the chassis. If you don't have a file for a tub chassis like this, get that kit and pick up any other kit to kit bash it with. Steal the back half and steal the tires with that kit, and you're good to go. If you want to do a ready to go Polo Street kit, these ones right here are all ready to go for Polo Street. These are both AMT kits. So if you don't want to put as much time into it, you can get a Polo Street that's already a Polo Street from a kit. But I know majority of you do kit bashing, and I cannot wait to see what you guys come up with this year. So the group build starts July 1st till January 1st. So guys, get your entry videos out. If you're gonna join, please title your video 2023 Polo Street group build. That will help me out a lot, so I know what I'm looking for. And if you don't think I'm sub to you, or I think this would be perfect for everybody, just tag me in the video or in the description. Just put at N.Y.S modeling, because that means I will get a special notification, and I'll be sure to know I have to watch your video, because it's my group build, because I want to watch every single one of you guys' your videos. So tag me, that will help me out a lot. There's no playlist. I'm not going to add you guys' video, or I'm not going to have you guys add a video into my playlist. I'm going to add your videos into a separate playlist myself, because I want to watch them before I add them. Okay, so tag me at N.Y.S modeling, or just whatever. So, and then I'll get a special notification, or at least title your video 2023 Nat Polo Street group build. That's all I ask for. Okay, guys. But alright, guys, until my next video, do your entry videos now if you have a kit picked out. If not, you have a little bit over a month to do so. But alright, guys, until my next video, I'll catch you guys next time. Take it easy, and I cannot wait to see what you guys come up with this year.